Basically, it shows why company exists uh, through mission statements.
Hmm.
And a vision statement is the detail where the organization aspires to go in the future.
Hmm.
So the first example which I've taken for education sector is the Hira International School, where my daughter is studying right now.
Hmm.
So the mission statement for Hira International School is mission where we at Hira schools are one family. Education is the ladder to success with teamwork between all parties. We believe education will lead our children to read, lead, and succeed. So what I analyze from this mission statement is that with word family, it lay emphasis on sense of belongingness,
Hmm.
assuring safety of children, attention, care, emotion attached between teacher, children, parents, and school. It talks about connectivity with which success will be achieved. It provides education which will lead children to the success. So here they have presented in the image where Hira International School is in middle, and it is all connected. The parent, teacher, and child all are connected. So this is what their mission statement is.
Hmm.
Vision statement is we follow the Cambridge pathway for learner attributes. We aim to develop student to become. Now to become, here they have presented in the image form. I'll analyze the vision statement where you'll come to know what is there in the image. It shows that they follows Cambridge syllabus to improve the quality of their students, and in future their students will be what confident, respective, engaged, innovative, and responsible. This is what their vision is.
Hmm.
The next example is of the food industry, where it's a Joffrey's coffee and tea company. The mission statement for them is to provide an enchanting experience with our specialty coffee along with interesting food and beverages. The analyzation of that is it tells us that they provide highest grade of coffee which provide pleasing experience, calm your mood, feel relaxed, and with this more, they have is tempting aromatic food and drink from which you cannot resist yourself. This is what their mission is. This is what they are providing right now.
Hmm.
Now the vision statement for them is they are aiming to bring exquisite taste and outstanding service in captivating environment, welcoming opportunities for expansion through mutually beneficial relationship built on international vision and experience.
Hmm.
It has an intention of achieving excellent taste, exceptionally good service in attractive surrounding. It also keep vision for expansion and partnership on international basis. This is what I've done.
Okay, very good. I'm very glad that you made the slides and you presented in a very good manner. I'm very impressed. Very good. And
Thank you.
did you watch the video on a value chain?
Value chain analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first thing is that what the company do is the company has a collective activities performed like designing of the product, produce, marketing, deliver, and support its product and services. The company is like in a machine where you put something and the final product comes out.
Hmm.
The goal of the company is to produce good in such a way that it has a great value to its customers than the original cost of creating it product. Like original cost plus additional value which you give is what makes the profit or a margin. Now value chain analysis gives a clear overview of the organization.
Hmm.
Company gain competitive advantage by performing its strategically relevant activities more cheaply or in a better way than its competitor. Value chain is a part of a supply chain. It's not a supply chain, but is a part of a supply chain. Now, the organizational value chain activities are divided into two parts, which is primary activities and a supportive activities. Now, what are the primary activities? It's activities which are related directly in physical creation and selling of the goods. And supporting activities are those activities which supports the primary activity.
Hmm.
Now, primary activities are again divided in inbound logistic operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and services. And supportive activities are firm infrastructure, human resource management, technology development, and procurement.
Hmm.
Now, this is the value chain model by Michael Porter. Here you can see that primary activities are down and it's divided, and supportive activities are up. And what results is margin. That is the profit to the company. Now, I have example which I have taken is a real hydrofit and company, which is a hose pipe manufacturer and supplier. Now, the value will look to the value chain of this company. It's actually used, the hose pipe is the pipe, and then a connector is given to it, and it is used in the construction, gardening, agriculture, irrigation, waste system,
Hmm.
firefighting system, transporting, treating water, drinking purposes, and chemical industries, and many more, where tankers are there, and then there is a connection between the two tankers with the hose pipe and the connector. So what this they do, because I have taken this example, why? Because I have worked in this company from for 7 years.
Mhm.
So I have taken this example. Now I'll explain one by one the activities which is carried on. Like inbound logistic, what does it mean? It is a primary activity. Now it is related directly to the purchasing of the raw material and the external supplier of the raw material. Now, what are the activities? Like you are receiving the raw material, you are storing the raw material, and then you are disseminating it to the proper this thing uh, category. I mean, to the proper what do we say? To the person who will build that product. Now,
Hmm.
for example, inbound material handling. When you will receive the material, how you will handle the material. Then inspection is necessary of the raw material. Then warehousing, a proper storing of the raw material is required, like rubber pipes. Then you can see the connector, so the connector is also manufactured. For that, you will require stainless steel material or whatever brass. If the customer is asking for the brass, then brass sheets are there. So that all thing will be first you will store it. Then inventory control, you will have a check on the inventory control, whether you have that material or not, you want to purchase it or not. That is inventory control. And if there is any damage to the material, then you can return to the supplier. This is what the inbound logistic means. Like it's all related to the raw material which is company to which is coming to your company, and you are then handling it in the way is all about the inbound logistic. Now, secondly, then second, after this step, we go to the operation. What is operation? Once the required raw materials are collected, then it is given to the processing of operation. Like processing of the operation starts. It is converted into the final product. Now, activity associated are machining, production, assembly, packaging, equipment maintenance, testing, and quality control. Then you will machine that product, like stainless sheet is there, stainless sheet. Then you put it in the machine, and then you will make that connector. Or a rubber pipe is there. It's all go to the machine, and then product is manufactured. And then you like assembling is the all raw material you assemble, and then you put it into the machine, and then the product is coming out of it. Then packaging, you know about packaging, how the thing is there. It's packaged into the plastic sheets. It's like that. Then equipment maintenance, testing is done after the product is produced. The testing of the product is done, like it is, there is no leakage in the product. Pressure machines, pressure equipment is there to test whether the flow of the liquid is proper or not, and control quality control check is done. After that, outbound logistic. It mainly it's collecting, storing, and physical distributing to the buyers. Like your final product is ready, now you have to deliver to the customer. If you have order of it, if it is a customized order which you have got it from the customer, then you will produce the product and you directly give it to the customer. If not, then you again have to store those material, the final product you have to store. Then you have to search the customer. So here the activity which are associated are finished product warehousing, then outbound material handling. You sort out the material properly, sizes wise, or where it is used, so you will sort it out. Then order processing will be done, schedule will be made how to dispatch the material, and transportation. After this is the services. What the services means, it's important than promotional activities. It's a bad review from the customer. If you don't give the proper services to the customer will review badly, and it will definitely destroy the image of the company. Customers are more demanding right now. They want more than the product for the price they have paid. So the services associated activities are advice, installation. You will go and then install the product over there. If there is any repair work to be done, you have to send your technician for the repair.
Mhm.
Customer should be trained about the material, how to fix it out, of if there is anything in between problem, then how to solve it out. This type of training should be given to the customer. Ongoing maintenance, like yearly maintenance, has to be given to the customer. Part supply, if certain parts are damaged, then you have to fix that certain part. You have to supply that part, and product adjustments should be done. After that comes the these are the services. I think I've covered. Marketing and sales is one left. Marketing and sales is the, I'm sorry, I forgot this slide of marketing and sales.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll brief it.
Okay.
Marketing and sales is the one. Um, just a second.
Sure.
Now, for marketing and sales, you when the final product is ready, then comes the work of the marketing and sales person. Then your product has to be the sales representative or marketer has to make aware your product to the potential customers. Now, for this, they will advertise, do the promotional activities, or trade shows like this they will do, and then they will find the customer, and your product will be sold to those customers. So this is about the marketing thing. Then this is all, like it is a primary activity which I have explained right now.
Hmm.
Then we come to the supportive activities. Now supportive activities are those activities which will be linked directly to the primary activities. Now, first we'll come to the procurement. Like procurement is directly related to the purchasing of the inputs used in the entire company value chain. It's not only procuring the raw material. It's not only the procurement of the raw material. It will be procurement of the machinery or stationery, whatever required to the company. It will be consumable equipment, office supply, buildings, everything the total company required to produce that product. So this is what about the procurement, which is directly linked to the raw material. Now technology development. Now technology is needed in every activities of the value chain. From the start to the last, technology is needed, both in primary and supportive activities. It's to improve the product and production. Now what are the activities are telecommunication, accounting software is needed, ERP systems are needed, research and development is necessary for of the product, Marketing research is necessary, and process of automation technology day by day, whatever the updation of the technology is there, it is also needed. So this is what about the technology development. Then human resource management, it's like a right skill, a right person should be available for the value chain activity. Now whatever the value chain activities like procurement of the raw material, or operation or inbound activities, so different skill labor are needed. So human resource management is to give the right person to the right activity. So in this, it will be recruitment, hiring, training, developing, compensating, motivating, and retaining is the process of human resource management. Now, last, we come to the firm infrastructure, where it supports the entire value chain. Firm infrastructure, it's like general management, planning, finance, accounting, legal, government affairs, quality management. It's bring together all the activity of the value chain. The firm infrastructure means that. So next, what I last I've not concluded, but I'll just brief it out. It's about value chain is everything is linked together, as I said earlier, that primary activities and supportive activities are linked together. So to give the proper margin, or to give a final product, a good product, so it has a value to the customer. So everything should be properly linked, then only you can produce a good product for your company, for the customer. So optimization and coordination is very much necessary into it. And one activities directly affects another activities, either positively or negatively. So then you have to see, correct this value chain accordingly, which benefits your company and which benefits the customer. I think so, that's it.
Okay, very nice. Very good, Mariam. You have explained each and everything, the value chain, all the primary activities, all the secondary activities, the supporting activities. Very well done, mashallah. I'm very impressed by even the slides. They are also very good, and even the how you were explaining everything, that was also very good. Um,
Thank you.
so yes. So very good on the homework. Okay. So we'll start again from here. That here are a few tools that we have to look at. And first we were going through value chain analysis. So we can see over here, it says that a value chain defines the various business activities and processes involved in creating a product or performing a service. So basically, what you're doing is by having your primary activities and your supporting activities, you're adding value to that product. For example, in the first, in the first part, like Mariam explained, that first they have to bring the raw material. For example, if we take an example of a corn, this example is like, I've seen it many times on LinkedIn. It says that there is a corn. For example, you are selling that corn for 5 rupees, okay? And then what you do is you make that corn into popcorn. So now you're selling it for maybe rupees 50. So, you basically added value to that corn. And nowadays, what is happening is that people have different companies. They have chocolate covered popcorns, they have caramel covered popcorns, and so on. And those are being presented in big boxes and packets, and they are selling for even 500 and even 1000 rupees. So you see that how it was just a simple corn of 5 rupees, and you bought that, and you are adding value to that corn. And what happens is that you, as a business, you can then increase your market share, you can increase your price and your profits. Okay. Then we have this framework, which was made by Porter. He was a person who has many theories, and one of his theories is the value chain analysis. There's another theory by Porter, and we're going to be discussing it in the further slides. So, primary activities. So, just as Mariam explained, that primary activities, they focus on taking the inputs, converting them into outputs, and then delivering the output to the customer. So this is the main idea of the primary activities. And these primary activities, they are supported by the secondary activities or the supporting activities. So when a company is efficient in combining these activities together, like she talked about coordination as well, like how they are coordinated together. So what happens is that you provide a more superior product or a service, and for that the customer is willing to pay higher than the cost, like we discussed for the corn example. So if it's simple 5 rupee corn, and I've converted into caramel covered popcorn. So people are willing to pay higher. So this is how the value chain analysis works. Then in the primary activities, we have the investment team, and over here you could see that these people normally exist of portfolio managers, your analyst, your people in the finance department, your people who are doing risk assessment, that should we put our money into this business or not, like how they have to take the investment decisions, like it says over here, tasks with making the investment decisions. Then we have inbound logistics. So this is a way that how our materials and other goods, they are bought into the company. So for example, if we want to buy our raw materials, so how will we order them? How will we receive them? How are we going to store them? How are you going to transport them? And so on. Then we have operations and traders. So these are tasked with ensuring that the investors are in line with the guidelines set forth by the client. So they have to have the best execution price. Like now everything is done, all the operations are done. Now what is the price that you are going to be deciding? Then outbound logistics. So this focuses on the demand side of the supply. So you have to see how much is the demand, and then you have to all the products that you have made, you have to store them in your warehouses, you have to move those goods to the customers, you have to do order fulfillment, you have to package them, you have to ship them, and delivery also is a part of outbound logistics. Then we have marketing and sales. So over here, you are responsible for procuring your clients. Like how are you going to attract them? Like Maria mentioned that we are going to have advertising, we're going to have banners. We can also do online, campaigns and advertising, and that way people will be aware about the product. And then lastly, we have service. So this is client relationship management, that we are responsible for whatever we're providing. If there are any after sales services, then we have to provide them with that. If there are any errors, if there is any problem with the product, then you have to help the customer understand that what was the problem, and then you have to compensate for that. Then we have supporting activities. They include technology. So technology means that we have to be updated about what technologies are coming into the market, and we have to upgrade ourselves with that. Then we have human resource. So same as just as Maria mentioned, that we have to have the right people for the right job, who have the right skills, the right talent. And then we have the infrastructure. So this could include all the people, like even your lawyers, even your risk managers, who see that they have an oversight of how crucial that the guidelines are being followed in the organization or not, and they have to see what is the risk involved, and they have to see if your business is operating with the rules and regulations. And also it could include your buildings, your equipment, your machinery, and so on. So this is the value chain that I added for Amazon. So over here you can see the green. This is the green part. It shows you the primary activities, and under it in the orange part it shows you the supporting activities. So over here we could see the inbound logistics. So over here you can see we have vertically integrated suppliers, like all the suppliers that are sending us the materials or the products. Then we have decentralized fulfillment centers to route the items, the put away location. So whatever things are coming to our warehouses, how are we putting them? Then item replenishment. Replenishment means that if there is an item that is it is out of stock, then you have to fill it up. Then we have quality control. Then we have operations part. Over here we could see the marketplace operations, packaging, device and content creation, AI software development, and so on. So as we basically know that how Amazon is now using robots. They even carry the cartons and everything, and it is only up to them now. They're only a number of people left in the organization, and it is filled with robots, and they are doing all the work. And then we have outbound logistics. So over here, like we discussed, that we will have order fulfillment, order handling, dispatching, invoicing, and so on. Like how we are going to get this product to the customers. Then we have marketing and sales. So how are we going to do that? We have Amazon Prime. We have hassle-free returns. It is easy to return your products if you don't like it or if it is damaged. Then we have customer services, promotion, order, customer tracking, and so on. Then coming towards the services, then we see there is warranty. They give you warranty on the products. Marketplace, Amazon devices and other services and products, and education and training. So this is how Amazon's primary activities are working. And then we come towards supporting. So we have HR, finance, and legal, hiring talented people, creating sustainable operating cash flows, and risk mitigation. So this is all the same thing, that we are hiring the right people and minimizing the risk. Then we have technology. So advanced customer database analytic tools for recommendation, personalization, scalable Amazon Web Services for Amazon technology, infrastructure, and B2C, B2B customers, so on. So over here, you can also see that they are using, you can see, and distribution centers along with robotics technology. So they are using drones as well. They are using AI. They are using robotics, and they are what they're doing, that because of this, they are going to minimize their cost. And then we have procurement, vast number of vertical integrated suppliers. So how they are procuring, that they have a lot of suppliers and they are buying products and services, products from them. And after integrating primary and secondary, you get the customer value at the end, that you are able to sell your product at a good competitive price. So this is the whole value chain analysis. Going towards SWOT analysis. So do you guys have any idea what SWOT analysis is? Have you guys maybe heard about it?
I think SWOT analysis is like the order goes like strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats that an organization is facing. Is that right? Is that what SWOT analysis is? Like how we first analyze our strengths, then our weaknesses, and then the opportunities that we can have and the threats that we could face.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
Okay.
So it is a strategic planning tool, and its acronyms as Maha explained: strengths, S for strengths, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats. So basically, it is used to identify each of these elements in relation to your business. Tool allows you to determine new opportunities and which areas of your business needs improvement. So basically over here we can see that these are the strengths. So it says, what do you do well? So if you're talking about your business, you're going to see that, okay, what are the things that we have that are working pretty good in our organization? Then we have, what unique resources can you leverage? So do you have any, maybe, a strong brand name? Do you have a lot of financial resources? Do you have any differentiation? Are you providing a product or service that is innovative, and so on? Then we have, what do third parties see as your strengths? So basically the same thing, that maybe your company has cost leadership, but the other company doesn't have. Who is your competitor? Or maybe you have a good market share, but the other company doesn't have that. So basically you analyze your strengths, your organization's strengths, and which things you have a control over, you have a power over. Then we have weaknesses. So over here we see what needs improvement. So maybe there are some things that maybe some of your products, they are not working in the market, they're not going well in the market. So you need to improve that. Then we have, what do competitors do better? So we're going to see that is your product or is your business model, can people easily imitate that? Or maybe they are selling something that you are selling as well. It's the same product but of better quality. And what resources do you lack? So over here it would also come that maybe you don't have the financial resources, or there is some problem with the taxes, and so on. So you're going to see what are your weaknesses, and you will try to work on those weaknesses. Then we have opportunities. So what market opportunities are present? How can you leverage your strengths, and what trends can you take advantage of? So over here you're going to see that, is there a market gap that maybe you can fulfill, and what opportunity can you get from that, and maybe you can leverage that opportunity. How can you leverage your strengths? So you're going to see that, okay, maybe I have a good amount of finances and I want to maybe buy more companies. I can buy the smaller companies. So this way you're having an opportunity and you can leverage your strength by that. And then we have, what trends can you take advantage of? So for example, if COVID came, so what are you going to do during that time? And maybe new technology has come into place, like Amazon did that they bought the robotics. So what trends are you going to take advantage of? There are many companies that don't do that. They're like, no, we will stay the same way we are. Like Nokia did that. So then Apple came. So what happened, that Nokia was like, no, we have the biggest market share. We don't care. We are going to stay the same. And, Apple isn't going to, it's not going to go above us. So what happened was that Apple came, and it completely changed the market, and people stopped buying from Nokia, and Apple became one of the greatest market shares. So you have to upgrade yourself with time and with future trends. Then we have threats. What is your competition currently doing? So you're going to see what are they basically doing, how are they working in the industry, and if there are things that they are doing well, then what you can do is you can imitate them and try to um, you know follow those things as well. For example, if your uh, competition, what are they doing? They have brought a, for example, there's Coke and Pepsi. So maybe Coke has bought in strawberry flavor. So now you as Pepsi, you would also, what you will do, you'll try to bring in a new flavor as well. Then you have, do your weaknesses expose your business? So you're going to see that are your weaknesses, are they like too exposed that everyone can see them and they can take an advantage of that? You're going to work on that. And what threats can hurt your business? So you're going to see like, for example, what happens nowadays is that other companies, they try to hack into your systems, and you have to then have a whole team of cyber security, and you need to have ethical hackers. You need to help, they help you to sustain your website and all your forms. So this is what basically SWOT analysis is. And I have added an example of Amazon over here. These are the strengths for Amazon. You can see their strong brand name, brand valuation, customer oriented, differentiation and innovation, cost leadership, largest merchandise selection. So we know that it is a strong brand. It is a well-known brand, and it is almost operating in many countries around the world. Then we have the weaknesses. So it is easy imitatable business models. So anyone could do is like we have the Raz over here in Pakistan. So that is also doing what Amazon is doing. Then we have AliExpress. That is also one of the same things that Amazon is doing as well. Then we have losing margins in few areas. So some products, they might be well, and they might sell a lot on your website, but others won't. Then we have product flops and failures. So almost the same thing. And then over here in the first point, losing margins mean that you're losing your profit. Then we have tax avoidance controversies. So sometimes what businesses do is they try to avoid their taxes, and how they can do that is when they take debt. So what happens is that their taxes, they decrease. You guys don't have to go into the depth of it, but this is related to finance. Then we have limited brick and mortar presence, meaning like there are no proper shops for Amazon. Then we have declining consumer safety. So, this can be that if your products, they are used by children, and they harm themselves, and there are pretty many controversies about Amazon products as well. That how they were the customers, they ordered them, and what happened that they damaged themselves or something happened to them, and there were errors in the product. So and this is one of the points as well. Then we have opportunities. So Amazon can gain the opportunities by expanding their physical stores, investing in smart materials, can do backward integration, they can have more acquisitions and self-driving technology. So basically, they have started doing this, that they have started using technology. Acquisitions, I'm not sure about this, but I think they might have started acquisitioning small companies as well. Like AliExpress, it acquisition to the Raz, so now it comes under AliExpress. Then we have threats. So there are a few controversies, government regulations, meaning that in which country they are operating. So I think in India, you guys can, order Amazon products, but over here in Pakistan, we can't do that. We can sell our products on Amazon, but we can't, get it delivered to our houses. So there are different government regulations in different countries. We have links to exploitative labor, increasing cybercrime, like I mentioned, that now companies are hacking each other's data farms, aggressive competition. For example, Amazon has a very big competition, that is AliExpress, and imitation, like we discussed, that different companies can imitate the Amazon or AliExpress and so on. Obviously, they can't go to the extent of these companies, but they might get a huge chunk from the market share with time, slowly. Is this clear till here?
Yes, it is clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, so what do you guys think? What might be the benefits of SWOT analysis? What can we understand by this, and what can the company get the advantage of by using SWOT analysis? Like, why should we use it?
to know about your strength in short, that what are your strength, what are your weaknesses. You can work out fastly in no time.
Hmm.
Then opportunities, you go for the opportunities which will increase your this thing product value.
Hmm.
And you will come to know about the threats also from the competitors, then you can work on that also.
Hmm.
So likewise, it is I think so it is a quick thing to do it with SWOT.
Hmm. Hmm. Good.
So I think, yani, for internal assessment, it's good. We can review our company's strengths and weaknesses, and we can also see what opportunities we can have in the future. And by the research and, like the market research and stuff, we can also see what the threats are there that we could be facing.
Hmm. Right. Good. SOT says that it is basically a simple tool that a company use to see what are their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. So this will obviously, if you know about our strengths, then we can work better towards them. If we know about our weaknesses, then we know how to improve them. If we know about the opportunities, we know how to avail them. If we know about our threats, then we will know how to be careful and from our threats and our competitors. It also says that SWOT analysis is flexible in that it can enhance the quality of the organization's strategic planning. So basically, we are studying about strategic planning, so we know that how it will help us in the future for our planning. And it is flexible, like it can be changed. It's not like that I've written one thing on my SWOT chart and it's going to be there forever. It can change. For example, if I had a weakness and over time I have improved on it, then I can shift it into my corner of strengths. If there is a threat that I have, I can change it into opportunities as well. So it is also a tool that is very flexible. Then SWOT analysis allows the marketing manager to integrate and synthesize diverse information, both of quantitative and qualitative nature. So both things can be coming inside of it, like we discussed over here about that people are brand loyal. So that is something that is quantitative, and qualitative could be the market share that we have maybe 52% of market share. So both things can be they can come into the SWOT analysis. Then we have SWOT analysis can foster collaboration between managers of different functional areas. So it can, help us to work together. Now, as an organization, we know that what are our strengths, weaknesses, and so on. So we can collaborate on different things, and we can have different ideas. We can brainstorm different ideas, and we can, figure out different solutions for it. So these are some benefits. Okay. Then we have Porter's five forces. So like we discussed value chain was also by Porter, and this concept is also by Porter. So Porter, we have this five forces model. So what Porter's five forces model does is that it is a strategic planning tool that helps us to identify the economic forces that impact your industry. For example, if you're working in the shoe industry, then you're gonna know about your competitors, your suppliers, your customers, all the people that are related, and you're going to see that how you as your company you can determine your competitive position. So over here it says a model that identifies and analyzes the five competitive forces that shape every industry and helps determine industry's weaknesses and strengths. So here are the Porter's five forces. The first one is competition in the industry. So this refers to the number of the competitors and their ability to undercut a company. So the large number of competitors for example, if there are large number of competitors in your industry, you're going to have less power, right? So if I am a company, but I have like 50 other companies who are in the same industry, if I own a shoe shop and there are like 50 other shoe companies in the industry, then obviously I would have less power. But if I am in industry, for example, the telecom industry, and there are only maybe 5 to 6 companies over there, or maybe even less than that, maybe we could say only 4 to 5. So obviously, then I will have more power in the industry. So this is how it happens that the competition, the number of factories, the number of companies that are in that industry, they have an impact on your company as well. Okay, then we have potential of new entrants into the industry. So a company's power is also affected by this, by the force of new entrants. For example, it could be the like many people are now doing clothing businesses, right? So that now people are able to enter the clothing industry. So meaning that there is more potential that more people are entering into this industry. Why? Because there is less money and less time required to enter this market. So what is happening that more competition will increase in this industry and your power will be it will decrease. So the less time and money it costs for a competitor to enter a company's market, then it will be uh, easy for other companies to come into the market, but it might become your competitor. So it will be difficult for you to sell your products or your services. But if you are the market leader or you have a good market share, then it will be fine for you. But for example, what is happening over here in my country, in Pakistan, what is happening nowadays, that there are many ice cream parlors that are coming like every few days we are hearing about a new ice cream parlor that is opening here in Islamabad. So what is happening that there was a basic sauce world was one of the first ones that opened over here and many people started going over here. It had a lot of rush over there. But what is happening now, more and more companies are opening like soft cream and soft, and I don't know what are even the names. But what is happening that their customers are now going to the new entrants of the market. So what is happening that the existing company is facing a decrease in the customers and a decrease in the market share. Then we have power of suppliers. So over here, what is happening that it is affected by the number of suppliers that we have in the industry. If there are less suppliers in the industry, then what will happen that if I have a company, then the suppliers, they will have more power over me because if I want to buy from an I say that okay, you are selling an expensive product, expensive raw material, I don't want to buy from you, I'll try to go to another supplier. But there are only like 4 to 5 suppliers in the market and they all are selling on the same price. So what is happening that there is a power of suppliers, they have the power, I am unable to bargain with them, I have less power, and my suppliers, they have more power. So this also affects our market as well. This will also affect our SWOT analysis as well. It will affect my strengths, my weaknesses, and so on. Then we have power of customers. So over here we can see that what happens that it is affected by how many buyers or customers a company has, how significant each customer is, and how much it would cost a company to find new customers or new markets. So what happens is the smaller and more more powerful your client base is, meaning that more people, if they are loyal to you, then you have a better brand loyalty, you have more customers. So a company that has many or smaller independent customers will have an easier time charging high prices to increase their profitability. So for example, that if I have there are customers who have more, for example, there are lots of shoe market in the industry, okay? So what is happening if I am selling on rupees 1500 and the other person is selling on rupees 1000, so what is happening, that my customer can go to the other competitor, so I will have to face a loss. So what is happening, that over here the power of customer is more, but the power of customer will change if we all are selling on the same price. If we all are selling on 1500, and it doesn't even matter if the customer buys from my shop or another shop. So this is how the power of customer can also increase and decrease, and it will eventually affect my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and my um, threats. Then we
Yeah, Miss,
hmm
brand also plays an important role. Like, if your
hmm
brand is popular,
hmm
then you will have more power on the customer rather than customer having power on you.
yeah, but that is
Yes,
in very less cases. Like, people want to buy Apple, even if they don't
yes,
have money, they still want to buy it,
yes,
right? They are
yes,
so
yes, correct.
loyal to that company that they still buy it, even if they have nothing to eat. They will still want to buy an
Yes,
iPhone. So this is
correct.
the thing. But if we talk about like simple things, like if we want to buy a toothpaste or we want to buy a shampoo, so what happens that we go for a product that is cheaper than others. Maybe we obviously it depends on customer to customer, but some customers, like most of the people, if you look in maybe India and Pakistan, so they are mainly lower class people, right? They are not very rich, so they normally go towards cheaper products.
Prices of it. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is what is happening. So obviously, that is why we are saying that we have to look at the power of the customers. So we know that where does our company stand? Is it like Apple, or is it like any local company? So this is why
correct.
we have to use this tool to understand our products, right?
Yes,
Okay.
But the same case was when Nokia
Hmm.
was in power. So when Nokia was in
Hmm.
power, everybody would like just blindly buy Nokia, even at
Hmm.
that time when it was expensive and stuff, and nobody would even look at Apple.
Hmm.
Similarly, for let's say in Pakistan, the clothing line is very powerful. Like clothing,
Hmm.
business is very powerful. But every for let's say Agha Noor, it's a
Hmm.
most I think one of the most popular brands over there.
Yeah.
So even if there is Agha Noor, after a month or two, you can easily find a copy of Agha Noor
Hmm.
in every corner.
Hmm.
So that is also a threat, not just the competitors who are like giving you the similar quality, but even the prices go down like almost 80 folds or 70 folds when they are giving you cheaper quality, but a similar thing.
Hmm. Exactly.
Even in Saudi Arabia, we have so many things like the brands. There are so many 5 real shops over here,
Hmm.
and you can find like only the people who know the difference, they will find, yes, that okay, for example, Head and Shoulders, they can
Hmm.
find the Head and Shoulders in a 5 real or a 10 real shop as well,
Hmm.
and they would find it in the supermarket as well. But obviously there are some differences between them. It's not the same.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so yeah.
Yes, very true. You are very correct. This is also what is happening. So basically, it depends on the customer to customer. But as a company, we have to have this tool, so we know that where does our product or our company lies. Then we have a threat of substitute products. So, substitute goods or services that can be used in place of a company's product. Like, for example, Same thing that we talked about in the power of customers. So, for example, if I'm using maybe Head and Shoulders, or I want to change, Head and Shoulders, and the other brand could be Pantene. So maybe both are selling for maybe 300 rupees. Okay. And what is happening that first, as a customer, I will see that, okay, which brand do I prefer? What are the ingredients in it? What do I prefer? But then I see that, okay, there's another brand, maybe Sunsilk, and that is selling for maybe 280 rupees. So what is happening that for Pantene and Head and Shoulders, this is a threat that that person may go for the substitute product. They are giving the same product. They're giving Head and Shoulders is also giving anti-dandruff. Sunsilk is also providing anti-dandruff, and Pantene is also providing anti-dandruff. Then what is happening that this is a threat that that person might go for the substitute, and that substitute would be the Sunsilk anti-dandruff shampoo. So this is how even the company's power can be affected. It could be weakened, and it could also have a positive impact on it as well. So these were the five forces.